and online at rocklandnews.com. Thanks for joining us today. Here are your hosts, Tom Osa and Mike Kluger.
All right, thanks for joining us once again on AM Rockland's News. I'm your host, Tom Osa.
And I'm Mike Kluger.
And how you all doing today? It is 8:14 in the afternoon.
It's 8:14 in the afternoon?
In the morning. All right, I'm a little hungover. I don't have a sense of time very well.
He really Cinco de Mayo up at
Fiesta Acapulco last night. Oh, my goodness.
You were telling me it was jam-packed.
It was. We walked in. So we were expecting, I brought like speakers and lights and everything like that. Covered. Fiesta Acapulco had an amazing Cinco de Mayo party last night.
Wow.
So, yeah. Special thanks to Juan and the entire team over there. Had a really, really good time. And, a lot of festivity, a lot of alcohol, and a lot of chimichangas.
But no driving home on all of that alcohol.
Absolutely, yes. I got a ride home, and I did not drive under my own power.
You pedaled it?
That's a throwback.
So what, pedaling around North Rockland? Yes, that is a throwback.
Yes, indeed. Everybody thinks I'm a peddler anyway, so I might as well.
I mean, you had the bike shop.
I did have the bike store.
So you know a lot about pedals.
I do, yeah. Know how to true wheels and all that stuff.
Well, what I know a lot about is the weather.
Yes.
Well, I don't know that much about the weather. I can look out the window and go, it's cloudy, but it's going to be 70 today. Yesterday was 80 degrees.
By the way, you're hearing a weather report from the hippy dippy weather man.
With the hippy dippy weather.
Yes.
Man. Tomorrow it will only get to 81, but be partly cloudy. Wednesday's looking like a little rain, hitting to the upper 60s. Thursday's a little on the chilly side, but not frosty, so you can still put your cold sensitive plants out there.
Mm-hmm.
Friday the sun's peeking out again, and it's supposed to rain all weekend.
Yeah. And to that I say,
crickets? You say crickets?
Well, I mean, you said some nice things about the sunny weather, and for that I would say,
I mean, here's the good thing about the rain, folks. Rockland County is always
guys, keep it down back there.
I mean, we have a peanut gallery now. It's great.
This new podcast board we're playing with.
We have new technology.
Kid in a candy store.
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry.
But actually, we have a news article about Rockland Green.
We do. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff happening. A lot of stuff.
Yes, but this goes kind of heart in hand to what I'm talking about. The rain that we need, because Rockland County has exploded in this population, and the water that we have is not quite enough.
Mm-hmm.
The water company is constantly struggling to meet the needs of the people, and it's something that I feel like we need to talk about from a civic kind of place. Because we as Americans tend to be a little wasteful because we have so much resource, right? So if we spent a little time turning that water off half the time when you're brushing your teeth, or you had a glass of water and you didn't finish it, don't dump it down the sink.
Right.
Feed it to a plant or something.
Yeah, I got a whole process for unused water that it ends up going into the plants.
It should. And Rockland Green is gearing up to do a big cleanup, I believe.
Yes.
Trying to find
the Great
the article
American
here.
Cleanup.
The Great American. There we go. Orangetown partners with Keep Rockland Beautiful for county-wide spring cleanups. As a sure sign of spring, Rockland County is the return of the Great American Cleanup. This year, Orangetown's government has joined forces with Keep Rockland Beautiful, the nonprofit that organizes community cleanups all throughout Rockland. The initiative invites residents to volunteer their time to pick up litter from the streets, parks, and other public spaces. Organizers provide supplies, outline safety protocols, encourage families and individuals of all ages to participate. Past cleanups have seen thousands of volunteers join in with events designed to be safe, effective, and family-friendly. Volunteers earn community service hours, build neighborhood pride, and help reduce litter before it flows into the local waterways. Registration is open on the Keep Rockland Beautiful website, where prospective volunteers can choose to clean up on their own or join any of the scheduled events. These partners These partnerships underscored Orangetown's commitment to environmental stewardship and community engagement. Now, folks, this is not specific to Orangetown. They just are grabbing that torch and raising it. But Keep Rockland Beautiful does everywhere in Rockland. So if you feel like you want to organize this in your village, just give them a call. Marissa is very nice. She's very approachable, and just tell her you want to start an event.
Exactly. And that I say,
magic.
It is.
We should have it magic. We should have a magically clean
shooting star.
Now you know.
Yes, exactly. The more you know. And for those of you that want to learn more about Keep Rockland Beautiful, head over to keeprocklandbeautiful.org. The Great American Cleanup is now underway. We want to thank our sponsors as well. We got the New York Boulders baseball team. We got the Work Smart New York Business Boot Camp. Mike, the last time that we're going to be mentioning it because it's done for this year.
What, Work Smart?
Yeah, the boot camp from last week.
And you boot camped it up.
Whew, that was an undertaking.
Events are undertaking.
Yeah, but I like the fact that the cleanup happened very quickly. It was like the Great American Cleanup, just boom, it was done.
I mean, kudos to Dominican University.
Yes,
their staff were top notch.
Yes, and I also learned that there's a chair dolly.
Yes, I showed you what a chair dolly was.
I was unaware that there was such an apparatus. So I'm like trying to bring chairs out to the seminar. We had a seminar last week with 47 people. Actually, our keynote speaker was John Katsimatidis from WABC Radio. Very cool. And he's a really nice guy. Told about how he came up from nothing to become a billionaire. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
His book, by the way, is How Far Do You Want to Go? Lessons from a Common Sense Billionaire. It's available on Amazon. But yeah, we had a good time. And so I'm like taking the chairs out one by one.
And I said, what are you doing?
And I'm like, I'm taking chairs out. He's like, don't they have a chair dolly?
And you said, what's a chair dolly? I said, this thing
with
wheels.
Right
with wheels. Where you can haul 10 chairs at once. So Tom
like
learned something new.
Sharpen the saw from Stephen Covey. Find a chair dolly.
Yabu, use the right tool.
Yeah. So we got Yabu Fence Company, Dana Pest Control, Easy Temp for all your ice machine repair needs. And of course, Fiesta Acapulco, because I'll tell you, Cinco de Mayo was just the beginning of a very, very fun summer. We're going to be doing some more events over there.
It's Cinco'd your sobriety.
Not today.
Yesterday.
Well, yesterday. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So Kobe Sushi, Jazz Music Lounge, they got music tonight. You mentioned Rockland's News. You get 15% off of your entire order over there. Breakpoint Bowling, you mentioned Rockland's News. You get a $10 arcade gift card for free. You can go play video games and stuff. And Whole Shop Bagels. You mentioned you mentioned Rockland News. You get a free bagel. Oy vey.
I mean, they're not even Jewish.
I know. And they say oy vey in Spanish. They're like,
is that how it goes? Or is that just in Colombia?
Actually, last night I'm in Fiesta and my wife's sitting next to me. And I was trying to give her Fiesta. I was like, and she's like, that's Indian. That's not Spanish.
Tom, you're so culturally
I am going to jail one day for saying
cultural jail.
I will go to jail for saying something stupid at some point in my life. But, we thank the people that tolerate us, such as Susan Bova from Coldwell Banker Realty. She's a fantastic realtor. She helped my mom with a situation that she was dealing with several years ago. 99 signs of business without a sign.
Is a sign of no business.
All your digital billboard and portable sign needs, you go to 99signs.com, located in Nyack, New York. FC Perfection Auto Body Repair in Congers, Clean Space Maintenance Management Company, UPS Store in West Haverstraw, and Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy.
And I always like to mention our craft beverage folks like District 96 in New City and Nyack. And
yes,
my buddy Nick over at Noble Experiment Brewing in West Nyack.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, my dear friend David Ludwig over at Stony Point Brewing at the Bricktown Beer House.
Yeah, and
not to forget Roundtable over at Industrial Arts.
Industrial Arts Brewing. Little note I want to put on: David had a lost his dog last week.
Losing your pet really is horrible.
Yeah,
I've had 3 dogs in my life, and every single one of them was heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so David, we feel your pain. We've been there a few times. So may your beloved Pooch rest in peace. And I know we say this, but I want to say it anyway. I hope you guys meet up at the Rainbow Bridge.
I hope he makes it. Now, I don't know if you've ever been over there, but all of his beers have names that are associated with Rockland County.
Nice. Yeah, and I've been there. Like you and I, we've been there.
Right.
Yeah.
So I hope we see an ale dedicated to his dog. That would be fun.
I'm certain, and I will drink that ale. That was a beautiful dog that he had.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of it.
Right.
Beautiful, beautiful
Yeah.
coat. So yeah, so there's a lot of news going on. Mike, was there anything that you wanted to start with? Because you noticed that waka waka.
All right. So there was a huge fire in West Havistraw at a warehouse that has been abandoned for 20 years.
Yep.
And as far as I know, nobody got hurt. There was a lot of firemen involved. There was a lot of closures. There's a lot of questions by the citizens. The thing that concerns me most was not the fire itself or how it started or any of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fact that it's a toxic waste dump.
Right.
And I don't understand how we can have places like that unmitigated and uncleaned for decades.
Yeah. What was it? A Superfund site?
Yeah.
Wasn't very fun.
No, fund.
Oh, fund. I heard it wrong.
Yeah.
I saw it. I was like,
it's
wait,
not
it's a
super
Superfund?
fun. No, it's not super fun. And I didn't expect to hear about this in a little spot in West Havistraw versus like just north of Tarrytown across the river. GM was dumping paint into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of expect it from jerks that are big Wall Street companies that don't care about the people and don't care about the land, like CSX burning, having track fires, right?
I know, yeah.
This is a small little corner. It was not a huge warehouse as far as I understand it, but it sat and sat and sat, and nobody's done about it. I didn't know it was even there.
Mm-hmm.
But to hear that there's a toxic dump around the corner from my house is kind of concerning. And I'm not entirely sure who we're supposed to talk to about this. Whether
Right.
you talk to the mayor, you talk to Howie Phillips, the town supervisor, we go to Ed Day. Like, who do you talk to about?
Yeah.
There's a property that is toxic.
Mm-hmm. And just for context, for those of you that are listening, and this happened at 29 Samsondale Avenue on Sunday evening. It started around 11:30 in the evening, but it kept on going. I live Mike lives literally right next to that location.
Right around the corner.
Yeah.
Right around the corner.
And I live like maybe 5 minutes away. So we heard sirens going all night. I'm sure you heard it. Must have been unsettling for your sleep. But vacant for 20 years, and it also the fire reignited on Monday morning again. So, and there's going to be like an investigation, what caused it, and everything. There is a rumor mill out there, and we are aware of the rumor mill, but we're not going to light up the rumor mill. If there's evidence, we'll take a look at it. But if there's not evidence, I mean, we're not going to go chasing the dragon on this.
But there is evidence of it being toxic.
Exactly. Yes.
Of the dyes and whatever chemicals were being used there 2 decades ago have been just dumped into the ground. And we live kind of on the downward hill of the ecology that feeds the Hudson River, that feeds the Minnetonka Creek, that feeds Cedar Brook. And they're noticing over 20 and 30 and 50 years that big business has really messed with our environment, and to a point,
older big business,
well, like GE, GM, those companies.
Yeah.
We know that our river,
ones with the big smokestacks, sort of thing,
and we know that either they didn't know or they didn't care back then. There was legislation passed to stop that. I don't know where that legislation is currently, because we know a lot of things are being undone or changed. But here locally, since we are a Rockland-centric kind of place,
we are.
Tom, you talk to our elected officials a lot. Who would you go to first about this problem? Because this is something that I know the citizens are passionate about, because I've seen the folks speaking up on Facebook.
Yeah.
I have a concern about this. There was a lot of folks talking about should we have been evacuated or not.
Right.
Who should we go talk to?
We spoke with one of the officers that was in charge of the fire from the West Haverstraw Fire Department, and I'm looking for the audio file right now. Just bear with me. But we got some reporting from.
Right, but it's not the firefighter's job to
No, I
clean up
know,
the
but
mess.
he had, and I can't find the exact file right now, so I
Okay.
apologize, but
No
I'll
worries.
play it later on. But he basically said, and it was what I knew, but I asked anyway, what happens now? And he says the investigation gets turned over. Their job is to contain the fire. The
Right.
next step is to send it to the sheriff's department
But
for
this is
investigation.
this is about the fire. I'm complaining about how is it we have a piece of land
Right.
sitting in a residential area on the edge of a residential area
Hmm.
that's toxic.
No, no, I hear what you're saying. I think the sheriff's department is the router. So in
Okay.
other words, it's, when multiple charges happen
Right.
on certain things, if they
Okay.
happen, of course, but when they happen, it gets routed through the sheriff's department. So for instance, the Environmental Protection Agency can be
Okay.
notified.
But it has
So
to
it's a
be done
referral.
through the
Yeah.
sheriff's office.
Yeah. Because every agency has their own army of lawyers too. So they're going to refer it to the right agency.
So the citizens should make their complaints to Rockland County Sheriff.
No, not directly to the Rockland County Sheriff's. That's
This
just
is what I'm trying to find
specifically,
out.
yeah, okay, so you're saying, like, in other words,
What can
but
we
complaining
as
about this.
what can we do as Rocklanders if we notice that there is a piece of property that is toxic and we are feeling environmental about it and want to do something
Yeah,
about it?
so that's and that I think that's the distinction. So there right now, the sheriff's department is investigating a flat out whether it's a crime or not, right?
Well, there's multiple levels of crime because to make that a toxic dump is a crime to the community, whether or not it was the fire was naturally occurring or
Right.
not is a different that's what the sheriff's looking at, right?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
talking about the fire.
Right.
I'm
You're talking about
about
stuff that's there but hasn't been charged yet with a crime.
I'm talking about stuff that's been sitting there for 2 decades not being tended to, and
Yeah.
we have toxic chemicals leaking into our groundwater.
Right. So ethically and morally, that's a crime, but it hasn't been charged at the legal level yet. So
Right.
you got to get to the right agency.
Right.
All I'm saying is that I think in that case, since a legal crime has not been committed, at least on paper,
Okay.
all right, at least on paper,
But
I don't think.
they've already called it a Superfund site. So it's already been it's already been inspected and known to be toxic. So how can we the citizens
Yeah.
get proactive about this?
And even though it's inspected and known to be toxic, that doesn't mean anybody picks up a piece of paper and charges them with anything. That's the difference. I think when it becomes a crime is when there's like the clear and present danger sort of thing that we saw on Sunday night. Now, for the other sites, let's say there's a site like right next door, like right down the road,
Yeah.
that is an environmental concern. I think what you're looking for,
Yeah.
and I was listening to you.
Okay.
All right. So it's
Protecting and preserving Rockland's environments.
local law number 19 of 1996 established the Division of Environmental Resources. The DER is located within Rockland County government and serves as the core environmental department responsible for informing the county executive and the county legislature on all environmental issues. I think that's the agency that you're looking
So
for, Mike.
who are we telling the citizens to go talk to? 845-364-2670 is environmental resources.
Yes.
Is there an email? Let's see.
Take a look.
We are on the Rockland County website right now.
Yeah. RocklandCountyNY.gov. You go to departments and then you hit environmental resources. I love the bass in my voice. I'm getting turned on by it.
I mean, our new technology is awesome.
Yeah.
But citizens, really, if you have environmental concerns, as I do,
Right.
start pressuring the mayor,
Yep.
start pressuring the county to do something about it. I didn't know this even existed, and I didn't even know to go look.
Right.
Now I want to go look and see what other hidden Superfund sites are in Rockland County so I can avoid them.
We can do an article on that.
I think we should.
Let's grab my iPad, please. I'll make that as a task for myself. We'll find it. As a matter of fact, you know what?
Because part of community, and I'm gonna like step in.
Please
into
go,
town.
go. I'm gonna just
Part
do.
of community is making sure that our local green spaces and our local parks are taken care of, which is why we are promoting Keep Rockland Beautiful, which is part of the Great American Cleanup and all of that. Folks, we want everyone to live in harmony here. We want everyone have some tolerance, and we want to have a clean and safe place to live.
Yeah. I am doing a quick search. I'm going to start off the search and then just let my systems run. Please find a list of all the Superfund sites
Oh, we're going down the rabbit hole, folks.
in Rockland County, New York. It'll probably ask me some questions. Obviously, I'm on AI, but you don't know which AI because
I'm not AI. I'm a stupid.
yeah, in Rockland County, New York, and then it'll ask me some more questions and so on and so forth. This is not some sort of government secret or anything like that. It's like,
Well, and the one of the things I bring up about this, so a lot of folks in the gardening community ask me about how I do soil and all of that, and I bring a lot of stuff onto my property and mix my own stuff. Part of it is because I don't know what's in the ground in West Havistraw over the last 200 years.
mhm,
To hear that this happened 20 years ago, not like because
right. Yeah, it's been
Garner
there.
Art Center,
It's been right there.
right? Garner Art Center was around since the 1830s,
Mhm,
and we know that back then there was no environmental protection, and there was a lot of it was being found out as they went, right?
mhm,
So you can't really blame the dye works from back in the 1830s for this, but I can look at a company from 20 and 30 years ago going, how are they getting away with this?
right.
So Ramapo landfill, Suffern Village well field, the Havistraw landfill.
We know where that is.
Right. I used to play soccer there.
Hmm, awesome.
Well, before it was a landfill, and then they moved it to by the Palisades.
I kind of figured. I didn't think you were like,
I may have
crawling up and down around like
the Ramapo Dye Works, Spring
garbage.
Valley well field.
Yeah.
You know that? And that
Yes.
the site that we're talking about is not on this list.
Well, yeah, because it probably hasn't been identified as one by our systems yet. I could do some
Except-
deep research. This is just like an initial list.
All right.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Mike.
Well, all of these look like they're public. No.
Yeah, you want the privately owned ones. Okay. So
And here's the question:
Mhm.
what do we do with these sites? Like, are they being remediated to not be toxic?
what is a Superfund site? Let's start there.
I believe, and we should look this up to confirm, but I believe it is something where there's toxic materials in the ground that are hard to remove, and that you it makes it so you can't use the groundwater there, that you have to take special consideration when you're building, because you don't want to kick up what's in there.
Mhm.
But it's about toxic materials,
Right.
and there are ways to remove them, and the question becomes, whose job is it? Because this company who owns the building that was caught on fire
Yeah. Owned by a Brooklyn LLC.
didn't do
FYI.
anything about it for 20 years.
Right.
Are we, the citizens, now responsible for cleaning up their mess?
It's a good question.
Right? Is it going to be the West Havistraw tax base, or the Rockland County tax base, or the New York State tax base that has to clean up this mess?
Mhm.
Or is the holder of the property responsible for that?
Good question.
Because if it is us, and it is coming out of our tax money, that sounds like a crime to me.
Okay. And I'm not disagreeing with you. As a
Right.
matter of fact, this is something that I'm aiming to learn. I don't know anything about this component. Is my level of understanding of environmental protection is making sure that A, recyclables are put in the right containers, B, conserve water, and C, don't kill anything unless you absolutely have to.
Well, the
And
first thing
that
you
goes down
mentioned-
to the insect level.
the first thing you mentioned, the recyclables.
Mhm.
Rockland Green takes those recyclables, processes them, sells them back to industry,
Mhm.
and with that money, makes our Rockland County taxes less.
Got a
What's the
cough
second
button.
thing? The second thing you said was water conservation.
Water conservation, definitely.
Water conservation, as I mentioned earlier, there are more people than there is enough water in Rockland County.
Hmm.
Especially on those dry years, the water company is always struggling to meet the demand of the 350,000 plus citizens of Rockland County.
Hmm.
Um, to that, if you are a gardener and you go to Cornell Cooperative Extension, they have
Yes.
rain barrels.
Hmm.
And the first one you get, the rain barrels are $75, but the first one you get, you can apply to the water company and they give you a $50 rebate.
Nice.
So the water company and Cornell Cooperative Extension are working together to help with the water conservation. You can use this water to water your lawn. You can do it to water your plants. I don't think I would drink straight off of it unless it was filtered, but
Yeah, of course.
it certainly helps with the fact that if you're taking your hose and plugging it into your house,
Hmm.
you're pulling off of the county water system. We know that's already taxed. That's why our water companies giving us those offers.
Mm.
Back to toxic sites, we already have an overboard burden water supply. So why would you make it worse
Right.
by dumping stuff into the groundwater?
Yeah, and that's a good question that needs to be asked over the course of time. One of the things that I noticed that Veolia Water, um, years and years ago, they fought to have a desalination plant on Railroad Avenue, which would have increased our water supply by pulling it from the Hudson River.
Correct.
All right. Now, a lot has been cleaned up in the Hudson River and they want to keep it that way. A good example is the Chippy pipeline, which we'll
Mhm.
get into in a minute. There's been a settlement, by the way,
Oh wow.
which we'll talk about. I was at the conference with town of Haverstraw and Stony Point supervisors, as well as Mike Lawler and whole
Okay.
bunches of people there, North Rockland Chamber of Commerce, name dropping. But yeah, Veolia fought to have a desal plant right on Railroad Avenue,
Okay.
right down the road from where the old Temco plant is. That was the one that caught fire
Right.
on Sunday night, 29 Samsondale Avenue. But this is the thing, and I'll tread lightly on this.
Mhm.
I will tread lightly. That was one of those things where it's not that I disagreed 100% with certain local environmental organizations such as space.
I knew we were getting back to space.
I mean, we're talking about the environment today,
That's true.
but that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it seems to make sense to shoot down that idea from Veolia in the moment. But then if you span ahead, 10, 15 years, it's like it just seemed short-sighted to me, right? So it seems like Veolia, and you would imagine that Veolia has some sort of environmental mandate. I hope. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm 100% wrong. I don't
Well,
freaking know.
and here's the question,
All I know is
because
Bill Madden over there, and he's just like, ah.
the, there are many companies, and I'm not accusing Viola of this. I'm just saying that we know that there are companies that would rather deal with the consequences than follow the law outright.
Right.
And when you are doing that from a place of money
Hmm.
and it's just about money and it's not about the environment, that's a different conversation. Then if you do that to an environment, it costs 10, 20, 100 times to remediate the mistake that you're making for the citizens because you don't want to follow the law.
Of course, yeah, and
Right.
and this gets back to the chicken and the egg conversation. Is like, are you trying to go after the money or after protection of the citizens for with an increased level of service? And I think the midpoint there, and I'm going to invoke my late stepfather. He called it adding value.
Okay.
Now it's one of those cheesy terms where it's just like, what the hell does that mean? We're going to add value, right? And I even railed against it. I was like, it's like the thing should just stand for itself, like the product or the service. But I kind of get it now. It's like if you're putting in your effort into something, you're making an investment of the time, money, and resources, right? And the next step after that is the result for the consumer,
Right.
the clients, the person that's getting the service, the general public.
Yeah.
But then, and here's the theory part of it, is that the result is that the company makes more money eventually because of that, because of the kudos and appreciation and, quite frankly, the rise in price. because
And
inflation does exist.
if a company is doing all of that and not hurting our precious environment,
Yes.
good on you.
Right. Exactly. So this Temco plant, it's
It's been a drain, and I would say it's an eyesore, except it was kind of hidden because it kind of sits down away from the road. But to know that there is now a toxic site in our backyards
it's
that
alarming.
has
Yeah.
not been that's been kept a secret. The only reason we know about this is because it lit up on fire twice.
Mm-hmm.
Had it not done that, it would have secretly been seeping into our groundwater for decades, and then people would have gotten sick, and then nobody would have known.
And you're part of that water system right there.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm uphill, so
Still,
but
wherever the water goes, the water
right.
goes.
It's concerning, citizens, because we have industry not necessarily following the rules, going, "Oh, well, we'll just pay for that later," except they don't.
Mm.
Or like, let's take the GE thing, because our Hudson River is precious to us. Havistar was founded based on the fact that we had this glorious river. And GE made an environmental mistake so bad that you can't even clean it up without making more of a mess.
Mm-hmm.
The PCB issue is one where you can't even clean it out of the riverbed. It has to just evolve out.
Right.
And whether or not GE knew about it ahead of time is irrelevant at this point. We're still stuck with the problem of we have to be cautious about what we eat out of the river. We have to be cautious about how much time we spend in the river.
Yeah.
And it's gotten better over the years, but it's taken decades for us to get back to having a place where we can enjoy our natural resource.
And I'll say this, unfortunately, it's reversing. This is one of those things that I smack myself in the head about. And we talk about, the ups and downs of environment, conservation, money, things like that. But so the Chippy pipeline
Oh boy.
was originally supposed to be in the Hudson River. Okay. And look, I mean, I think people that listen to this show know that, like, I look at both sides of the issue, so it's like we communicated with Chippy, we communicated with the local businesses, and we looked at put out the facts during this entire saga. But the Chippy pipeline was supposed to be in the Hudson River originally. Okay. And it was to protect, and I'm not even invoking space on this. This is just like original.
Right.
And the river keeper said, no, you got sturgeon in the river. It's a breeding ground for sturgeon, and we have to move the pipeline. Okay. And decisions were made after that. We're not going to get into that. But then
The weird
so
part
then New
is,
York State,
but we keep calling it a pipeline, and it's a wire, isn't it?
it's a wire inside of a pipe. I've seen it. Literally, like, you see
I just want our listeners to
this is
understand.
how big the pipe is.
So it's
I'm holding my hands up to the mic.
8-inch pipe.
8-inch pipe. Yeah.
So
it's about right.
Whenever I kept hearing about Chippy in this pipeline, I kept thinking it was gas,
No.
natural gas or oil or something like that. Where citizens, we're talking about a big giant wire.
It's a big giant wire.
We
that
have
could
a big
been
giant
in the
wire
Hudson River
that goes from New York City to London
Yeah.
or something like that. It wasn't bothering the fish.
Right. Okay. Now, and then, I'm going to say, I'm certain, and kudos to them, that environmental groups protested this part as well. But I believe the name of the company is Holtec. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to damn anyone or anything, but I think it's Holtec is about to dump tons of, like, wastewater into the Hudson River from Indian Point. Tons of it.
When they say wastewater, what does that mean? Because the issue with Indian
Water
Point,
that was used to cool radioactive uranium.
so as far as I understand it, the issue with the wastewater from Indian Point was not that it was radioactive. It was that it was so hot that it was changing the temperature of the river,
Which caused
a toxic algae bloom.
Yes.
So now you have something that is technically a benign material causing issue because it's the wrong temperature, right? That's that's a small environmental problem that's causing a larger one that we're not even we're not gonna really feel that one quite as much as, like, there being still PCBs in the river, or the fact that now we have whatever Temco dumped in the ground is going to stay in the ground for however long it takes to get that out.
Right. So,
And that's the big question
but
is
what I'm
how
get
long?
yeah, and what I'm getting at is actually tying into both of these components, you know, like the nuclear, the pipeline, the Superfund site is where's New York State in all of this? And this is an interesting question because New York State, you know, and I'm just throwing it out there, New York State, like New York State government. Okay. And Mike Lawler said yesterday that New York State really didn't help with the negotiations for the local businesses here. He said that in the press conference. But
Okay.
apparently, New York State makes it seem like they're environmentally friendly. Okay. But are they actually when they're making decisions, like, for instance, allowing Indian Point to be restarted for $10 billion, 10 billion dollar restart of Indian Point nuclear power station. Also allowing the water to be dumped into the Hudson River and increase the temperature. And it would be interesting to see if they do anything regarding this fire that happened in West Haverstraw.
Right.
If it goes past, you know, we're talking about
Mm.
agencies. If it goes past the sheriff's office to the Rockland Environmental Organization, and are they going to kick it? Are they going to refer it to New York State level environmental protection agencies?
Right. Or the DEC or any of that.
Yeah,
Right.
who's gonna be involved in this that's going to help? And I'm gonna be interested because, you know, look, my target isn't people inside of Rockland. It's making sure New York State helps Rockland.
And because our target is to keep Rockland safe and beautiful
Absolutely.
and well educated, well informed. And part of that is to inform you citizens what's going down
Yes, and what's coming up.
and what's coming up. What, you know what? Let's talk about something positive. What is something that's good that's coming up?
Yeah, so we have Kevin Quattrochi and the Sound Trip. That's
And
KQ and the Sound Trip.
and where is Kevin playing?
He's actually gonna be playing outside of Rockland. You're gonna have to leave Rockland, ladies and germs,
Just for a moment.
just for a moment. You can just for a hot minute.
Now, I will tell you, Kevin Catroci
Yeah.
is a North Rockland High School graduate. He is a Rockland-based musician, plays with lots of other Rockland-based musicians like Frank Ocasio,
Yes,
Tito Wilson,
Frank Ocasio brother band.
right?
Ocasio or Ocasio?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to have Frank on the air and ask him.
But KQ and the Sound Trip is going to be playing on May 9th. That's this Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. at Ringside Pub in Caldwell, New Jersey. I don't think we played there back in the day, but I just want to check it out. It's got a really cool vibe there from what I saw. We're going to be there with lights.
Okay.
I don't know if we're going to bring the soundboard.
Well,
We might not. We're definitely going to bring video.
this is a good segue to talk about sponsor band.
Let's talk
because
about sponsor.
Kevin Catroci, as I said, is a homegrown North Rockland-based musician, and many of us who grew up trying to play music together
Right.
in Rockland County who want to play out, it's a struggle. It's a struggle to make that even a part-time job. Sponsor band helps you with that
It does.
because you don't have to go and negotiate with the venue owners and all of that. We do that for you. We find a local Rockland County small business sponsor, such as Yabu Fence or Dana Pest Control.
Mhm.
Those two companies so love the music scene.
Absolutely.
Of all the music festivals that Tom and I did together, they were always involved.
Yes.
So there is precedent for this, folks. So if you are in your garage or your basement or your attic, you're playing in the spare room, you've got a half a dozen songs and you want to start playing out, give us a call.
Absolutely.
Reach out to us at rocklandnews.com/alert
Alert, alert, alert.
and say, hey, I want to be part of sponsor band. I want to start playing some stuff. Tom and I are building a music studio. So
Mhm.
if we need to record some stuff for you, we're going to have that.
Exactly.
But we really want to make it so people like Kevin have venues to play in Rockland.
Yes.
So if you're a venue owner and you want music in your venue, reach out to us at that place, rocklandnews.com
/alert. And just so you know, there's a precedent for this. We've been booking gigs for the last 11 years for our local bands that we know. And I'll tell you some places that we've been. I'm starting from Tompkins Cove all the way down.
Just Bark Hill.
Well, actually, have we done anything? We haven't done anything
I
yet.
don't know, but there's a place
Thanks
called
for breaking
Sparkle
it, Tommy, while I'm
There's a place
endorsing
called Sparkle
sponsor
Books.
band. Okay, I believe it. Sparkle Books. You were there.
Right,
Yeah. We
right.
didn't have any musicians there.
I mean, not yet. Maybe we'll
All
get a nice singer-songwriter.
So
to play.
from the further up in Tompkins Cove, there was Sheeran's for many years, the Perfect Pint, and now it's called Races. We obviously had gigs over at Fiesta Acapulco. We had it over at Stony Point Riverfront Park. We had it over in what was the name of the park? It was called Charles C. Ecker Park, Lowland Hill. How can I forget
Lowland
that?
Park.
Yeah, exactly. Patriot Lounge, Hudson Water Club. Then we had stuff over at Bailey's in several different locations. We did something over at the Saloon in Pearl River. We did stuff over in the old at Defiant Brewery. We did stuff over there.
I mean, you skip right over Kobe Sushi.
Kobe Sushi, because Mike Torres over there.
Because again, it's not just about rock and roll, which is Tom and I have a passion for rock and roll,
Big time.
But I want every kind of musician. Our good friend Larry Zaydan runs the Rockland County Concert Band.
Concert bands.
And the Rockland County Concert Band is a place where if you want to play that kind of music, there's a place to go. And you don't even have to be a student. You could be a student, you could be an old person, you can be a teacher, you can be whatever. There's a county symphony and a county concert band. And if you play the oboe or the piccolo or the cello, and you just want to play with some musicians, there are places to go. There are places that we have in our community that we have an arts-rich community.
We do. We absolutely do. And we have a lot of reach in that arts-rich community. Plus, there's the Garner Arts Center. We did stuff over at the old Industrial Brewery. There was a studio back there for many years. So a lot of deep roots with Sponsor Band and the ties to the different bands and the artists. Plus, we had literally 11 music festivals, one over at the stadium. We had Magical Mystery Doors there. So that's where Mike and I come in. It's like we've been working together for almost 10 years now.
It's over 10 years.
I forget. We got to write it down somewhere because I keep on forgetting.
And I remember in this phrase, and you said this to me when we first met, you're tired of having to leave Rockland to be entertained.
I am.
And I turned to you and I said, let's put the rock back in Rockland.
We should. And we
have
been.
We have been.
You know, and stay tuned. We're going to have some more stuff. Like, for instance, I think we're going to have probably some more gigs, some Friday afternoon gigs. There's a place right down the road from here that we're working at. They have a stage and actually some pretty cool things to, we'll say, ingest.
Well, and this circles back to if you have a venue, and you're looking for musicians, and you don't know where to turn, or you're not getting what you're looking for, reach out to us. If you have a demo reel, send it to us. We'll play you on the air. If you're playing original material.
If it's not an 8-track, a demo reel?
Isn't that what do you call it now? Because it used to be a demo tape, and I think they're called reels now.
Are they?
I don't know. I'm not the tech guy. You're the tech guy.
I have no freaking idea. I'm in web development. It's like, look, send us your music. If it's good, we'll play it. We got this awesome new podcast soundboard thing that does all these songs. Like, for instance, this one.
I liked it.
I told you, man. Watch this.
Oh, is it going to go? He's DJ Tommy, folks.
Oh, yeah, baby. That's right.
And we're rocking it out, and you could be too. So join us at Sponsor Band.
Yeah.
Join us here at Rockland News. Give us all the jams and all the tunes. And we want to encourage all of you who write their own music.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of other things going on in Rockland County, that is music.
Yeah.
The Angel of Nyack is having, I believe there's a show on Saturday night, and I am working with them on Sunday to do Voices. What Voices is a production company that finds singer-songwriter folk music from young to old and brings them around. And let me tell you, this guy who's the producer finds the best young talent.
Okay.
Come check it out. It's in Nyack on Bird Street. It's the old church. It is now called Ain't the Angel of Nyack.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there doing lights for voices.
Nice.
So,
and that's going to be on Sunday?
That's going to be on Sunday.
Okay. Great.
Saturday, I think there's something else going on. I was just asked about this yesterday, and I'm losing the guy's name.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's a local sensation jazzer guy, and he'll be playing over there. I recommend everyone take a stroll on the internet and go check out what the Angel of Nyack's all about.
Yeah, for those of you that are interested in going, check out the angelnyack.com. It's really an awesome space. About 2 months ago, I was there for a concert featuring Live and Unplugged. It's the local Nirvana tribute band. They do some awesome stuff. My friend Dan's in the band, plus Dylan, who's from Wish We Were Floyd. There's a whole bunch of different musical acts through there. But yeah, it was absolutely awesome. And there's that Voices on the Hudson, Megan Carey with Clara.
Frankie D and the boys. That's who I was told about. That's who's playing there on Saturday.
He's playing Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And he's a local guy.
It's turning into a music venue, and that place
that's what it is.
Beautiful. It is. It's transformed.
It's an interesting place because they still hold some church on there, but the church doesn't own the space. Angel.
That's perfect.
There's still a soup kitchen there. There's still classrooms there.
I didn't know there was a soup kitchen there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you want to get involved from a place of volunteerism, go check out the Angel of Nyack, because I'm sure that they need servers and chefs and all of that kind of stuff as well.
Absolutely.
And citizens, that I promote you guys going out there and being part of the community. Join your fire departments, because those 80 firefighters that fought the fire over in Sampsondale, they need support too. Whether you're the firefighter yourself or you're just supporting your local EMS, fire, music venue, church, people to people, so we can make sure the hungry get some food.
Yeah, exactly.
Be good citizens. Be good to one another, please.
And the musicians should get some food.
Well, we would like to not have starving
musicians. At this point, that's what we're...
We would like to not have starving musicians. So check us out at Sponsor Band and become a sponsor.
Yeah, seriously. All right. Mike, I would like to talk about the other topic, which was
like we don't have 10 other topics.
I know we got tons of stuff.
Our next topic is
all right. So Chippy.
The pipeline.
Mike just took a very, very, very deep breath because he thinks I'm going to go off on space. I'm not. We don't have the time for that. I'll go off on space at the time of my own choosing.
No, it's not about space.
It's not about space. It really isn't. They didn't have any power to begin with.
And the New York State government not taking care of our Main Street USA businesses.
Well, yeah. So let me give some context here. There's dozens and dozens of businesses across Stony Point and Haverstraw and a little bit in Congers that were affected by the pipeline that was installed construction-wise on Route 9W over the last year and a half, I would say. Basically, the Champlain Hudson Power Express pipeline,
Chippy,
is a 339-mile pipeline that goes from Canada down to New York City, and eventually it's going to account for up to 20% of New York City's energy. And you imagine with a city of, I believe, 17 or 18.5 million people, that's considerable. So, obviously New York State wanted it no matter what, whether it was in the Hudson River or on Route 9W. Bottom line is, while the pipeline was being installed last year, it disrupted a lot of the traffic on Route 9W.
And therefore the small business.
Yes, to the tune of a loss of reportedly $13 million across all of the different businesses. You got a lot of restaurants, you got a lot of retailers, jewelry store, tchotchkes, pizza.
And a lot of these are really small businesses. 1 or 2 people are manning them. And New York State kind of dropped the ball.
They dropped the ball big time, and that's what we're going to talk about.
All right.
Let me give you the context. I'm glad you and I are aligned on this, Mike, because,
it gets my ire when they mess with us Rockland County people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, I called New York State Assemblyman Patrick Carroll. I'll tell you about that.
Oh, where is our guardrails?
Where's our guardrails? All right, back to Chippy. All right. So the the North Rockland Chamber of Commerce has been very, very ardent as a proponent for the local businesses. Obviously, they've been really advocating for all of the businesses along the corridor to recoup at least some of the money that they lost last year. And I believe two businesses actually went out of business, like boom, gone, see you, bye.
Gotcha.
So that's, it's two, but
And-
there's dozens others.
And that's
that could have.
just North Rockland. Because
Just North Rockland.
this goes into Congress. This goes into Nyack.
Yeah, Vinny's Automotive in Congress, FZ Perfection, one of our sponsors, FZ Perfection.
Right.
He's on the Congress corridor. There's another auto shop in that area, but a lot of disruption. So the original law, so North Rockland advocates for it, and we had a town board meeting approximately, I want to say 6 months ago, over at up in Patriot Hills, and former town supervisor Jim Monahan for the town of Stony Point pushed for $5 million in relief. Now, admittedly, this is at the tail end of his administration. Like, it's like once he's done, he's done. Okay.
Right.
But Lawler picked up the ball. I have to say that. All right. Originally, all Chippy wanted to put in was $100,000.
That doesn't even pay anything.
When you split it up, it's not much. So, and then through months and months of advocacy, and seems like it was a team effort. Mike Lawler, the North Rockland Chamber of Commerce, as well as the town supervisors, Amy Conklin-Stam, Howard Phillips, Ed Day was there. He was the one that withheld the pilot program from Champlain Hudson Power Express, saying, if you don't, you got to do something or else you get, and that's still held, by the way, from what I understand. And so the announcement was made yesterday. The settlement is $1 million.
That also seems a little small.
It's 1/13 of what the estimated losses are. It is 10 times the original offer. The original offer was a lowball offer. That was some lawyer
$1
wrangling
million
there.
seems like a lowball offer.
Yeah, that was some lawyer wrangling there. That's
I'm
all I
no
gotta
business
say.
guy,
I'm
but
a
it
business
seems
guy.
like
I'm a
that's a
business guy.
lowball offer.
I am a business guy. And you know what? At this point, I have to be transactional about this. And we've also been very transparent about, we got money from Chippy 2 years ago to do Rockland's news-based work. Okay.
Yeah.
And at some point, we weren't getting enough information from them about certain things. We thought there were going to be constant updates and everything. And I called and I said, you know what? We're out. We wish you the best. Thank you. And we'll still put out your press releases and your information. But it seems like on this, we have to remain objective.
Well, we're pro Rockland, not pro Chippy.
That was in 2024 before the pipeline was installed. Okay. Now, I was in the North Rockland Chamber for literally 15 years. So I know the hard blood, sweat, and tears that goes into it. So I'm going to say that Chippy could have done better. I think $5 million that Jim Monahan brought up would have been the right number. And I understand that
would have been a start.
Right.
$5 million could have been a start.
Well, you figure, no, I hear what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if we got 13 million, great. But name one lawyer that'll be like, oh, okay, here's a check for $13 million. They're not.
How much money is Chippy going to make off of this pipeline? Probably billions of dollars.
And
they're coming through and disrupting the localities, the locals.
Not disagreeing. Not disagreeing. Yeah.
This is my whole beef against Wall Street companies.
It's a Canadian company.
Well, my point is big business versus little business.
Right.
And why I encourage each and every Rocklander to vote with their dollar by spending it at small businesses.
Right.
Because the big business is going to take your money anyway.
But I want to stay on this because, yesterday we had the press conference with Lawler, and he basically said that it's a $1 million settlement, and that's it. You sign off, $1 million settlement, bing, bang, boom, that's it. I know why Chippy did this is because they're worried that every town that they go through, they're going to have to settle lawsuits in those towns too.
Which they should.
But that's yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you on that either. I'm not. All right. But this is the thing that really stood out to me. And for those of you that want to listen to the full interview, head over to rocklandsnews.com. It's right there, front and center. You could watch the entire interview. Now, our first question was at, I think, the 26-minute mark. I asked Congressman Lawler, what was New York State? I said constituents. He knew what I was talking about, I think. Where was New York State in this negotiation process? And he said flat out during the press conference that New York State didn't really help. They didn't really help. And here's where it ties in, my man. Right back to the river, okay? With one hand, they're like, oh, yeah, we're environmentally friendly. We care about our citizens. We care about our local small businesses and blah, blah, blah. But when push comes to shove, they back out. And what they do, and it bothers me, it rankles my feathers, gosh darn it, okay, is that they'll greenlight something and they'll say, okay, you can go for it. But then they don't assume that liability at the end of the trail.
The accountability.
Right.
So hold on. How do we, as Rockland County citizens, do something about this? Who is it that we need to go? Is it Pat Carroll's job? Is it
for the guardrails? Yeah.
Well, I mean, who do we talk to in our local politics to try and get our voice at the state level?
Well, I'll tell you, if you're into taking this whole Rockland's news thing to the next level, I have some ideas that I'd like to share with you on the air right now.
Is it fine for our listeners to hear?
I don't care.
I mean, that's not really the best attitude. We care about our Rockland listeners.
No. I'm not saying I don't care about the listeners. I don't care if they hear what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Should we
hold on. Do we need to get your soapbox first?
No. Al Samuels.
Al Samuels, formerly of the RBA president.
Yeah, he's still on the RBA, but
right.
he's like one of the board members of the RBA.
RBA stands for Rockland Business Association.
Correct. Yeah. So I've been hounding him for months to get on the air with us about Rockland's news and this, that, and the other. He goes, well, what would you want me to talk about? I'm not the president of the RBA anymore. I says, no. Let's not talk about the RBA specifically. Let's talk about the bigger picture. And that bigger picture is New York State really helping Rockland County? Okay.
And how is Rockland County helping itself?
Well,
that's also
it's a double-edged sword.
That's a good question too.
Now here's where we're going to get into it. And I'll tell you, Mike, this will be interesting if we get Al on the morning show. All right. And we've talked about like maybe in the next few weeks.
Hold on, Al, the gauntlet has been thrown. If you know Al Samuels, tell him the gauntlet has been thrown.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. I just pushed a button. Maybe it was this one. No, not that one. Maybe. That's the one. No. That's the one. I love this board.
Oh, boy.
I love this board. All right. So Al is going to be... No, but you can do it too.
I know.
You can do it to me.
Anyway, Al Samuels, please come and talk to Tom. We will take his buttons away for the moment and tell us how we as citizens can help ourselves.
Right. And it's bringing it back to what we've been doing over the last 6 months is basically being the voice of Rockland, as Mike has said. WRCR shut down. They sold their radio frequency over to WABC radio.
And we have a new friend in John.
We do.
John
Katzimatidis.
I said it right.
Yeah. So he's a cool dude. He was on for like about 20 minutes over the thing.
He is interesting. Yeah. But
so Al Samuels,
back to our Rockland thing.
So I'm thinking I would like him to be on the show, and now because we have the new podcast board, we can finally take call-ins. So literally Al can just call up the number and boom, he's in.
Wait. That also means listeners, you can call in.
Yeah.
How do they call in?
I'm not going to say it yet.
Oh, it's going to be a reveal.
I'm not going to say it yet.
This is foreshadowing. You will be able to call in.
And I have to say, and the reason why, Mike, is because I have it on my main cell phone, the call-in, and then I could Bluetooth it in over to the board. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a dual SIM card for it. And that way I can have
Hold on. Is that a dirty IT thing?
Oh, you have no idea. Like the dual SIM is like the pinnacle, absolute pinnacle of SIM card usage.
I feel like Tom's really like geeking out across the table now on his tech thing. I don't know how many of you people out there in listener land understand what Tom's talking about. I barely know what he's talking about. I
Mike,
know a little bit about
can I
technology.
ask you something?
He's looking at me very longingly, folks,
Mike,
with the big puppy dog eyes.
you've had multiple phones over the years, right?
I even had a StarTech back in the day.
Ooh, Nelly, that was before the SIM.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to confess your SIMs on the air? I don't know where I'm going with that. All right. Anyway, back to Al.
Reverend Osa is now taking confession.
I mean, I want to joke around with that. I love Al. All right. Al is just like, he just tells it like it is. He reminds me of my late cousin Roger. Like, he's just like, just a cool dude. But he does not bullshit. He's like,
Well,
look, this is the way it is.
and he has a passion for Rockland.
And it'll be tough for us to contain him. I'm just saying, because
Who
he
needs
just
to
tells
contain
it
him?
like it is. Well, exactly. But as long as, and we have to work on our vibe, because we're going to have to figure out how to have a three-way conversation, because the man will knock us over if we're wrong on something.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I have questions.
Okay,
My
good.
questions are for our listeners, so we can be the voice. Al, how do we as Rockland citizens help ourselves, help our county,
Mhm.
help make this county better, regardless of New York's help or not help?
Right. And I'm taking a guess here that Al will look at it pragmatically. I mean, one of the things that he did over the years was advocate for the the Cuomo Bridge, formerly the TZ Bridge.
It will always be the Tappan Zee Bridge.
Okay. I mean, sure.
It will always be the Tappan Zee Bridge.
Yeah, and I'm not getting into the naming fight. I'm not. I'm just not. But I'm just saying, like the bridge, like he advocated heavily for it, and that's boosted economic development in the area. That bridge alone, you look at it from the course of history, increased the amount of traffic going in and out of Rockland.
Part of the issues that we have, though, listeners, is people come up with good projects,
Mhm.
and then the folks who are supposed to keep the environmental protections and the economic protections, they don't follow through and look at the entire big picture. And this is part of the problem that we're having with
Right.
the Chippy pipeline. Is New York State said, "Oh, that's great. We're going to have more electricity." Da, 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 da. And they didn't look thoroughly enough to say, what happens when you disrupt this corridor?
Yeah.
What happens? What happens to the residents? What happens to the business owners? What happens to the landlords?
Right.
There's a whole talk about the tariff reimbursements going to companies and not to the citizens who actually paid the money.
Exactly.
So we as citizens need to find our voice, talk to the right people, and this is the mission the quest that Tom and I are taking up for the citizens of Rockland, that we're going to find out, and then we're going to come back and ask you
Yeah.
to do letter writing, email writing, phone, text campaigns to whoever we're supposed to talk to,
Right.
and say, we want to be heard, and we want to have our space protected,
Mm-hmm.
clean. We want to not be ignored
Yeah.
when we have safety problems,
Right.
like guardrails on the busiest four corners in Rockland.
And Mike, it's going to be an interesting journey for the both of us. And I think you and I we always learn from each other, which I love. And it's also going to help us to, I want to say, better shape our opinions and thought processes about the world around us in a way where we can both be like, it makes sense to both of us.
Right.
So I like that vibe.
And I want to remind the listeners, if it ever sounds like Tom and I are always on the same page, we are ideologically opposite of one another. So
That's the irony.
Well, no.
Not exactly opposite. I mean, you know what it is? It's like we might be on the opposite ends of the fence, but it's like a reflection, and it's not that so far removed from each other. I think we're kind of in the middle.
What I want to get to the citizens is that you can have the opposite ideology of the person across the table from you and
100%.
find some common ground. And if they are living 3 blocks away from you and they're your neighbor,
Mm-hmm.
if you live in Rockland County, all of us are Rockland County neighbors.
Yes.
We need to take care of one another. We need to find our common grounds. We need to look at the uniqueness and the differences in people and say, how is that wonderful and helpful to commonality
Mm-hmm.
versus they're different, I have to hate them.
Yes, and that's where Mike and I can't imagine us ever jumping to that conclusion on any issue. I mean, and that's where you and I were in the column of progress. Like
Right.
we're looking to make positive change.
Yes.
So that's an important piece that binds us. I would say in fire, but that's not always environmentally friendly.
No.
Binds us with a handshake. That's good enough.
Well, in brotherhood and citizenship, or
Yeah.
humanhood, I guess, because we want tolerance.
Mhm.
We want everyone in Rockland to work together so we can all because we can all win.
Yes.
We can all win. Sing it. Sing it.
Preach it, baby.
Preaching it.
Yeah. Oh, I love the soundboard, dude. I'm like, I might take it. I may take it home with me.
Oh my. So listeners, I'm not getting off my soapbox yet. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your questions and your concerns. We want to go investigate for you. We made some positive progress over at Admiral's Cove. We're doing it every day, every week that Tom goes and has his elected official show on. Go check out those podcasts at Rockland News.
Yes. And there's much more information about the settlement just to tie up the story. So Mike Lawler announced the settlement in $1 million. For those businesses that have been affected, you still have to fill out information. A lot of information has already been filled out, but if you haven't yet and you're along the 9W corridor and your revenues were affected last year, what you want to do is you head over to northrocklandchamber.org and you can fill out a very simple retail rescue form. And that way you can get the information over to the people in the board that would help out and to get you all. And you have to, I'm going to say this, you need your tax returns eventually and all that stuff. So, you know, you got to make sure you kept up with your tax returns and everything. Very important. Very, very important. But, you know, hopefully you'll get the assistance that you need. I remember when my grandfather had the bike store in West Haverstraw. Heck, if we had a pipeline going through at that point, we would have been out of business. We were living hand to mouth.
Right.
So it's what it is.
Listeners, I also want to express that if you are struggling to do paperwork because your job is focusing on making pizzas or sandwiches or something like that,
yeah,
contact us at Rockland News.
Mhm.
We know people who know people who know people. We will put you in contact with someone who can help you.
Mhm.
We are concerned for all of the Rockland citizens. We want to help.
Yes, absolutely. So here's a good example. We just got a message from Dr. Eric Goldman, and he had a request for getting onto the North Rockland community page for a colleague. Arlene mentioned me there. And so, also, freaking nuts, dude. There was somebody that contacted me from Admiral's Cove. Now, this is the so we were instrumental in getting a switch over with property management. The old property manager is no longer there. It's still the same company, but they have a new person that's in charge of property management. Her name is Erica, just FYI, and she's in charge of property management over at the Admiral's Cove luxury condo complex in Haverstraw, New York. Now, we got some information from the time that the previous project property manager was there. We got in touch with someone who was, she was in one of the elevators at Admiral's Cove, and the elevator dropped by 2 floors.
Oh, no.
Yes. Yes. So this is that thing that I know that the previous property management company was sugarcoating when you and we went over and
Right.
we stood there. It's like, oh, this is a beautiful place. I want 100% of all of the, Mike and I looked at each other like,
okay, you're not listening.
Yeah, nah. So this person, and we're not going to mention her name, I was the one who the elevator dropped from the 3rd floor to the 1st in building 3100. So we're going to have her on the show. We'll do an interview with her. We're just waiting to hear back when's a good time to speak with her. But yeah, stuff like that is just like astounding to me. Like, look, Mike, you and I, we talk about corporations and how they're not, when you're affecting the safety of the people, right?
This is what gets our ire up. This is what we want to go
It does,
and be the voice of Rockland for, because I'm finding that the larger the company, the more ignored the workers and the citizens get.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not right. And we need to have a way to fight this.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be following up on that story with Admiral's Cove. We also got a bunch more news. Is there any more news that you got in front of you, Michael? Can I call you Michael?
You can call me whatever you want, just not late to dinner.
Exactly. There's a lost cat near Town Line Road for those of you that are just tuning in.
Well, and I was looking at the at our news articles and
There's
all
a
of that
ton
to
of them,
see.
right?
There's a lot of stuff going on.
You want some
There's
music while we're waiting?
I'm just trying to see where we want to go next because there's so much going on.
That's right.
Oh, I do know
All right, I'll stop. Go ahead.
that there is a board meeting for the Village of West Havistraw today.
Oh, really?
I think it's this evening.
Ooh, that's tasty because you know what's going to be on the docket.
I think that's
The
why
fire.
it's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so, citizens, I recommend all of you, whether you live in West Havistraw or not, to go check this out.
Right.
Because just because it's happening here and we just found out about it, like I said, I've lived here for a long time and I did not know that place was what it was until this happened.
Yeah, that was insane.
That means that there's hidden spots all over the place. So you could be in Suffern and they could be hiding something behind your backyard.
Yes.
So I encourage all of you to go and participate in environmental protection of our dear Rockland County and our green spaces, our industrial spaces. Nobody should be dumping toxic waste in our groundwater.
Exactly. Most exactly. We also have a ton of events that are coming up this weekend. And for this one, I am going to defer.
Defer?
Yes, I defer to my friend Joe Salve from ISO Rockland.
Oh, he's our good friend here at the show.
That's right. So we got a ton of events that are coming up. North Rockland Strong from May 3rd to May 9th. It's Small Business Week. So, and you can reach out to the North Rockland Chamber of Commerce about this. If you're looking to be a part of a growing community in North Rockland for retail, entertainment, you got the Garner Arts Center right here, North Rockland Small Business Week, and you can reach out to the northrocklandchamber.org. There is a nurses hiring event in Suffern at 11 o'clock today. There's a networking event tonight. Hold, please. There's a networking event tonight. I love this show. There's a networking event tonight. The Nanuet Chamber of Commerce is doing their chamber board election and networking event over at Ruby Bar and Tavern. I love that place. It's right on Main Street, 129 Main Street in Nanuet. There's bingo that's happening in Pearl River. That's going to be at Beth Am Temple in Pearl River. What else is happening? We got dance fitness happening over at Peck's Pond at 6 p.m. tonight. That's in Haverstraw. There's a macrame class, 6 p.m., 129 Main Street in Nanuet, New York. And for those of you that are interested in getting more connected with your business community, the Business Networking Success Professionals, BSPN, they're going to be over at the Nanuet Diner at 7:45 in the morning, and also at 7:49. And yeah,
they start at 7:45.
They start at 7:45.
Well past 7:49.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we hang out until I'm there too. We hang out until about 9 o'clock. We talk about business things. People do presentations. You have breakfast. It's actually a really cool atmosphere. It used to be called Pro Metronet for about 16 or 17 years. And then we rebranded. I've been in the group for the entire time. And our motto is, and still remains today, we make business networking fun.
What do you do to
I'll
make it fun?
show you an example of that right now. Thank you for asking that. I'm going to do this off of my laptop, so you're probably not going to hear it too well, but I'll try to put the mic up to it. So last week, we had our friend Hal Keschner, who is a jazz musician, and he did this.
No, that's not working so well.
All right. So the
Anyway.
mic wasn't working. Mic here was working, but the microphone
I'm always working.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm always working.
long story short is, what business networking group do you go to where one of the guys plays a song with a banjo in the morning?
And let me tell you, Hal Kashner has been playing music in Rockland County for decades.
Yes.
Um,
He's an amazing guy. He played at Stony Music Fest 7.
He did.
Yeah.
And he plays in all sorts of different bands. He probably does weddings and bar mitzvahs. He's got that kind of song list. He plays parties.
Yeah.
So
his mom is turning 99 years old.
wow.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the party. I think it's on the 30th.
And I bet you he'll be playing.
Oh, you better believe it. I told him I'll bring my conga.
So you can do a little drummer man.
I love this soundboard. What do you think of the soundboard so far? Do you like it?
I think it has lots of pretty lights, and I'm enjoying the fact that you have your little noises and we can control everything right here in handy.
And for those of you that are listening, I just have to apologize. Like, if this is your first time on the show, we've been doing this for almost a year as live streams. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, don't tell your enemies. But, this is,
tell them too. We want everyone to hear.
Aiming to be the voice of Rockland and really help out.
If they're your enemies now and they're Rocklanders and you're both Rocklanders, we aim to make you not enemies.
Yeah.
We're all in this boat together.
And as always,
Rocklanders,
we want to thank our sponsors real quick. Again, the New York Boulders baseball team, Work Smart New York Business Boot Camp, Yabu Fence Company, Dana Pest Control, Easy Temp, Fiesta Acapulco, Kobe Sushi, Jazz Music on Wednesdays and Saturday nights. Breakpoint Bowling, Whole Shot Bagels, UPS Store in West Haverstraw, Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy, Susan Bova, Coldwell Banker Realty, 99 Signs, FC Perfection, and Clean Space Maintenance Management Company. Yeah,
cool.
A lot of really cool dudes there.
Hey, I noticed something that's a really good feel-good thing in the news.
Talk to me, Kimosabi.
Well, the Community Foundation of Orange, Sullivan, and Rockland County announced that 5 local animal welfare organizations will receive grants from the Hudson Valley Animal Shelter Fund.
Right.
After a review process, the foundation awarded funds to the Cavalier Cove Pet Pantry, the Humane Society of Walden, Victory Hill Therapeutic Horsemanship, Catskill Animal Rescue, and the Warwick Valley Animal Humane Society.
Right.
The Cavalier Cove Pet Pantry will use its grant to provide free pet food and supplies to owners facing financial hardship.
Mm-hmm.
Humane Society Walden plans to repair its old roof and facade, while Victory Hill improves programs that pair rescue horses with people in special needs. The Catskill Animal Rescue will bolster shelter care and medical support, and the Warwick Valley Humane Society will expand their enrichment for training programs in animals. The Hudson Valley Animal Shelter Fund was created in memory of Jean A. Rowe and has awarded more than $130,000 since 2015. We also, it doesn't discuss Rockland, but we have an ongoing thing going in Rockland. They're trying to build a new animal shelter.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of questions and pushbacks and weirdness. And again, citizens, if you are a pet lover and you feel like the strays and the humanes need to be taken care of humanely, go check it out. Go ask those questions, because I know that there is stuff going on that you can affect by going and asking.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And the questions typically help to refine the ultimate response.
Right? Because do we want to be wasting money? No. Do we want to invest the resources to take care of these animals? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I refer back to, the previous animal shelter, the conditions were subpar. It's, over the course of time, just buildings dilapidate and stuff. So the new facility, and they're investing a lot into it, that we can be sure of.
I've heard there's lots of change orders, and it's costing the taxpayers more and more money.
Yeah. Anytime that you're doing like the architecture and stuff like that, there's definitely stuff that happens in the building process, especially in multi-million-dollar complexes. A good example, the Nanuet Public Library is going into an $11 million complete overhaul renovation with safety upgrades, and I mean, you name it. So, the regulations also increase the price. I'm going to throw that in there. All right. You don't know what you're going to find and you want to be compliant. I'll say this, that's something that still has to be done, because if you don't, then you end up with a situation like elevators dropping from level 3 to level 1. So, You know, the investment happens now, but the fruit of the results shows up many years later, you know, or the lack of, in the case of the Temco plant on 29 Samsondale Avenue, you know.
Right.
So the quality has to be there from the get-go, or else the residual product, service, or building is going to be subpar. So those are the things, Mike. Those are the things.
I mean, there's so much going on in the news. There's so much going on in Rockland. Um, I remember being young and
I do too.
being kind of disrespectful of law enforcement, local law enforcement. And as I have aged and I realized that the law enforcement in Rockland County tends to be homegrown, I've
Mhm.
gotten more and more of a respect for them, mostly because I know who these people are as people, not as police officers.
Right.
Um, there was a town of Haverstraw police officer that was hospitalized after
Yes.
being struck by
That's
a
right.
fleeing vehicle during a traffic stop at the end of last month.
Yep. Yeah, we
Look,
got the word. We got the press release from Haverstraw. We didn't look into this story too deeply, so this is directly from Haverstraw Police Department.
so citizens, most of the police force in Rockland County are homegrown. These are your neighbors. These
Right.
are your citizens. These are not people who are interlopers from another state or another country. These are people who you probably went to school with. Their kids go to school with your kids. Take some time. Last month was they talked about driver safety and being more cognizant while you're driving.
Absolutely.
This still applies, especially if you see emergency vehicles. I've noticed a lot of folks don't pull over even for ambulances and for fire engines and all. If the lights are going, get stop, get out of the way, and let them pass. They no matter what you're doing, it is unless you're fighting the fire with them,
Hmm.
let them pass.
Right. So, and the actual incident that occurred was, and this was on, let me just get the exact date here because I want to be accurate. Wednesday, April 29th. So this was last week. So this is a press release that came in afterwards. Today at approximately 1:10 p.m., members of the town of Haverstraw Police Department conducted a vehicle and traffic stop for a traffic infraction, which started off the whole thing, to your
Okay.
point, on Riverfront Drive in the village of Haverstraw. While officers were attempting to engage with the driver, the operator of the vehicle suddenly accelerated, striking one of the officers. The vehicle fled the scene, and a description along with the license plate information was immediately broadcast over the police radio, a la Dragnet style, I'm sure. That's not in the press release. A responding Haverstraw police officer subsequently located the vehicle traveling on West Street. The vehicle was safely stopped, thankfully, and the occupants were taken into custody without further incident. So there's going to be more that happens, but I mean, you know, when you hit a police officer,
You shouldn't be
usually
hitting anybody.
you should not be hitting anybody. No hits.
No hits.
Yeah.
Not even the Italian hits.
We don't talk about the Italian hits.
Yeah.
We just don't.
You don't talk about Bruno?
We don't talk about Bruno. Telling him I'm really like and Mike, it's got other sounds. Like, check this out. Like, I can change my voice,
How's it going?
Oh, yeah.
or I could go.
I'm doing okay. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for asking.
So you push this button. Try it. You're gonna love it. Just do it. Come on. You know you want to
He
do it.
broke me.
Come on. You know what you want to do. Just like push a button and just start talking into the mic. Mike.
All right, Tom. Back to the
No,
news.
you want it, baby.
Back to the news.
All right.
Pick a news article. Any news article. What do you got here? What do we got
And
here?
thank you once again, ladies and germs, for joining us on AM Rockland this morning. I am your host, Tom Osa,
And I'm Mike Kluger,
and we're doing things.
and we're doing things. The Nanuet Chamber hosts a networking event at
It's tonight.
Fink's Barbecue and Cheesesteak Roadhouse.
Yeah. That's going to be fun. So Fink's Barbecue, it used to be Ireland's.
Oh, Ireland
Remember
32.
Ireland's? Yeah.
That's all the way over there in Suffern.
And Finks bought it after the owner went into politics. Cool dude.
Mhm.
I forget if it's at the exact same location. But what's the address? Does it say the address?
32 Orange Avenue in Suffern.
Okay,
You
so
go straight down 202 to where it meets 59 and then go north.
yes. Okay, so then it is the same one that I'm thinking of. It's at what used to be Ireland's, right?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Many a night that I was at wing night at Ireland's. Many a night.
And the food's pretty good there. I've been there a couple
Freaking
times.
awesome. Absolutely.
What else we got? But why don't you take us on a journey to rock solid Rockland County when what that's about? Because it's a business thing and you're a business guy.
That's right. So we got something that's happening with Rock Solid Rockland County. And here is the information on Rock Solid Rockland County as I look for the actual article. And there it is. Rock Solid Rockland County launches with a luncheon and a panel. Not just a luncheon, Mike, a panel.
Who's
as
on
well.
the panel?
I know. I want to know as well.
Are you on the panel?
They couldn't afford me.
Oh boy.
Economic development leaders announced the official launch of Rock Solid Rockland County, a program aimed at boosting the county's construction and real estate sectors. The Rockland Business Association, in partnership with the county's Department of Economic Development and Tourism and the Rockland Industrial Development Agency, will host a launch luncheon and panel discussion on May 14th. Mike, I'm going to be there.
Awesome. So if you want to meet Tom, you should go.
No. Don't. I mean, feel
It's
free.
all about Tom.
If you want to, no. It's really not about that. But if you want to come over and hang out and talk about this, that, and the other, and maybe be a guest on the show, you're welcome to. Let's just talk. It's cool. It should be an interesting event. It promises a high impact luncheon. I don't know what that means.
I mean, is the food high impact?
I'm wondering if
Is it
it's like high fiber.
I was thinking a food fight.
Well, we've done those back at North Rockland High School, so we're not going to talk about that.
Do kids even do that anymore? I think everybody gets suspended and thrown out of school now.
Y'all don't know the level of rebel that me and Mike were back in the day. We're actually
boy.
trying to keep it down. So the event promises a high impact luncheon. No word on if all brand is going to be there. That offers attendees a front row seat to the strategy shaping Rockland's biggest year in decades. And I have to agree with that. The economic conditions have become more favorable this year, in my opinion. But I never try to depend on it. We just, do our thing at Rockland's News and Rockland Web Design. The panelists are expected to outline new initiatives to attract investment, streamline permitting, and promote workforce development. Tickets remain available through the RBA website, underscoring community interest in aligning the construction and real estate industry around a cohesive growth strategy. Now, first of all, the tickets are free. If you go over to rocklandbusiness.org, you can pick up your ticket for free. Obviously, seating is limited, but you want to be in on this because I'm going to tell you, Mike, there's certain, I'm going to say, tectonic shifts that are occurring
geographic,
geologic. Oh yeah,
it's huge.
It's huge, and it is going to really, really shape the strategy. Now, think about all the converging forces. I'm going to start at the top of the chain, which is the county's comprehensive plan, formerly known as the master plan, the comprehensive plan for the entire county for the next 10 or 15 years. You know for a fact that residential development is going to be in there. Bottom line,
We're still in the housing crisis, yes?
Oh, yeah. We're down I'd say at least 5,500 units. I mean, we haven't had more than 1,500 units that have been, and Nyack Mayor Joe Rand said,
when you say that, that means that the population has increased such that
correct,
the places to put them don't exist.
Exactly.
Not that we have lost buildings.
Right.
It's that not enough have been built to deal with the supply of people.
Yeah, exactly. So, single family homes, double family homes, yada, yada, but there's rentals too. So, the typical path of, just coming up in one socioeconomic status, home ownership is a component of that. And that's where there's a DARTH, DEARTH.
Is it a Darth Vader?
No, damn it. Of homes that are available. So the inventory is still down by my estimates at 5,500. Nyack Village Mayor Joe Rand indicated that the original number was about 7,500 units. Rockland County's trying to participate in that by transforming the SAIN building, SAIN, right across from into affordable housing.
And then there's the chair factory in
The
Haverstraw.
Haverstraw Chair Factory.
Right.
Yeah. So there's definitely convergence of forces here. So look at the panelists are expected to outline new initiatives to attract investment. Okay. Streamline permitting. All right. And I'll refer to you about 2 weeks ago, Rockland County Legislature changed the rules around construction.
Right. And there's a lot of concern about that.
Yes, there is. And we go back to what we talked about a little while ago is if it's shoddy construction, then there's consequences later on.
Right. And sometimes those consequences are not mitigated by paying someone out.
Exactly. So you look at the investment component, the streamlining of permitting, and workforce development. That means that there's an anticipated boon coming in the construction industry. And I'm saying that agnostically and just in terms of business, there's going to be some serious, crazy industrial development. I mean, look, literally, the Industrial Development Agency is involved in this whole process.
And citizens, if you have an issue with any of this, go to this place, raise your voice, contact us at rocklandnews.com/alert.
Right. The other part of this, and the construction has been shifted over, the oversight agency has been shifted over from the building department to the Office of Consumer Protection for new licensees. Now, I think a really important part of this, let's say, look, we look at what's happening right now and we say it's said and done. How can we interact in that process right here and now? What I would say to the citizens is make sure that the people that are doing the construction, that they are on record that they were the ones that constructed the facility, because we're going over the course of time.
Where's the liability?
Where's the liability?
Where's the accountability?
You see where I'm going with this,
Yeah.
Mike? In other words, it's it's a historical treatise on what could happen 20 years from now.
You mean like a warehouse burning 20 years that's been sitting vacant for 20 years?
There you go, Kimosabi. So I'm with you, but it's a matter of looking at where we are right now and figuring out how we can encourage the citizens to advocate, and also the owners of properties too. I mean,
those are citizens.
Well, it's not very citizenly to take money from Chippy and not give it to the people that are renting your property.
I agree with you.
And we have multiple stories. And I'm going to say, and I'm not going to name names because I don't want to get sued, dirtbag property owners that took money and didn't give it to the businesses. And if I find out who you are and I can legally put that on the air, I will.
Flaming right now.
He's will.
Got fire coming out of his eye sockets. He's so upset.
You know that I am all about small business. 61 cents of every dollar that's spent in a small business stays in that community.
Which is why you should spend your money with local business.
Exactly. And what these property owners done, I heard multiple stories about this. We didn't follow up on some of it because actually the businesses were like, well, if you put that on the air, we're going to get in trouble. Oh yeah. No. Okay. Had a phone call coming in. That's basically God telling me to get off of this track. All right. So basically, all right. So anyway, going back to the point, I'm going to take the fire out of my eyes. This great May 14th at the Hilton Pearl River. Tickets are free. Front row seat to the strategy shaping Rockland's biggest year in decades.
You know what, Tom?
What?
Since we just brought up the 61 cents, I think it's time to list our sponsors once again.
I believe so as well.
Like New York Boulders baseball team at Clover Stadium. They got new turf. They're going to have shows. It's going to be great. Not just baseball, but baseball is for the kids. It's a family friendly place. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Work Smart New York.
Great segment that we did last week with John Katsimatidis from WABC Radio. And if you want to get some free book downloads and so on, go to worksmartny.com. And Mike, I'm just about done with my third book.
Wow.
Improvise, Adapt, and Overcome. The 1, 2, 3 steps to lifelong personal and professional success. And it's going to be available on Amazon. You can download the first 3 chapters for free at worksmartny.com. Coming this Monday.
You know, we always talk about being neighborly, and there's a saying that says good fences make for good neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
And the best place to go to get that fence is
Yaboo
Fence Company.
Yeah, located in West Nyack, New York, family owned for over 65 years. Yaboo Fence Company will help you with all of your fencing needs, be it industrial, commercial, or residential. PVC, wood, different types of materials, chain link. They also have outdoor accessories, sheds, pergolas, things of that nature.
Gazebos.
Gazebo. YabooFence.com. We got Dana Pest Control, third generation, family owned. They get rid of all the pests in your house, except for your relatives.
That's a different kind of pest.
Different type of pest. All right. But termites, ticks, during the winter, if you got a rodent or two that's running around, they can find it. And they also have eco-friendly solutions. I should mention that. And Easy Temp for all of your ice machine repairs and commercial refrigeration. Contact them at easytemp.net.
To go hand in hand with Dana Pest Control and removing all of the pests, if you have junk in your house, we know a guy.
Yeah.
We know a guy. He has a company called Clean Space Maintenance Management Company. He brings the dumpster. You just dump all your junk in there, and he makes it go away.
That's right. You could put all your junk in their trunk. Clean Space Maintenance. You like that? I just came up with it just now. I got to call them.
Sure.
Clean Space mmc.us. And they have the mobile dumpster. And basically, Tony drops it. His name is Tony. Tony drops it off. Puts it in the yard, and then you just and we did it. We just hauled stuff and just threw it into the dumpster for as low as $199 plus dumping fees, of course. But you can get rid of entire swaths of crap that you could just drop into the mobile dumpster.
Empty out your attics, your basements, the spare room, all of those things.
Put your junk in someone else's trunk. Contact Clean Space mmc.us right now. And ask for Tony. Tell him Rockland News sent you.
Now, it's still the morning. Sometimes you might have a hankering for a bagel or some Spanish food.
That's
or just
right.
a cup of coffee. And the best place to go, especially if you're in North Rockland, is Whole Shop Bagels.
Absolutely.
They have all sorts of tasty stuff. You got to go in there and check it out. They're so friendly and nice. Say hello to Clever and Victoria and Francesca.
Victoria, yeah.
And all of those lovely people. It's family-owned business. They're just wonderful folks.
They are.
They make delicious
really,
bagels.
Truly are.
I spent some time in the kitchen with Clever, and we talked a bit. I watched his bagel process, and I have been studying bagels for 5.5 decades. He does it all right.
Do Jewish people generally like bagels?
No, we love bagels.
There you go.
They're a passion.
Yeah, and I ask that just I don't know. I mean, that's the just the word on the street. It's the word on the street. Just trying to come up with the right terminology there, but the word on the street is that the Paisan likes
the pizza
and pasta, and the Colombian likes the coffee.
All right.
So yeah, I was just curious. I don't know.
A little smear, some lox,
nice
onion on it. Oh, it's a brilliant sandwich.
There's a lot of times that after the show, me and Mike hop in the car and we head down to Whole Shot when time permits, and we just hang out. If you mention Rockland's News and you're a first-time customer, you get a free bagel if you go into Whole Shop Bagels, located on Route 9W in Haverstraw.
What is your favorite kind of bagel?
I want to say I have two. One is the cinnamon raisin.
All right.
And the other would be the garlic bagel.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm an egg onion guy, although I heard
Yeah.
Clever has been so clever to create an everything bagel.
Oh.
Like, not only is it everything on the outside, it's everything on the inside too.
Damn.
Yeah, it might be an everything bagel. I don't know if they have like everything cream cheese. I have to go look.
As far as because I'm all about names, I like the everything bagel.
Yeah, right.
It's got a certain ring to it.
Right.
So
anyway, go check them out. They're on 9W across from the cemetery in Haverstraw, right down the road from Beckerly, which is Beckerly Lumber. It's a family tradition, as they say.
Right.
What else we got? We have Breakpoint Bowling.
Right.
Like the amount of entertainment that you can get in just this one building, because it used to just be the quaint little bowling alley. I remember being there as a kid. It has become so much more. I hear there's laser tag, there's an arcade, there's a bar.
There is.
Like, this place is a family entertainment center.
And for those of you that are looking to learn more about Breakpoint Bowling, why don't you just show up there in person and mention Rockland's News, and you or your child will get a $10 arcade gift card for free if you mention Rockland's News. We're going to be publicizing that in a little while. But until then, you could literally, if you're one of the first listeners of the show, you go over there, the first time bowl, mention Rockland's News, and you get $10 arcade gift card for free. I mean, that's amazing what they
Right.
gave it as an offer.
Now, if bowling, laser tag, video games aren't your thing, and
Hey.
you're into pickleball,
That's right. New York Pickleball
we have a
Club.
brand new New York Pickleball Club in the former Ocean State Job Lot New City site,
Yeah.
which, if you're old enough to remember Bradley's, it was there
Yeah.
behind McDonald's New City.
Right.
It's this fabulous open space, 9 courts. There's a kitchen in the back. There's a party room. It was just an amazing. And there's a podcast of Tom and I going live
Yep.
on our OK show. Go check it out at
Right.
rocklandnews.com.
Exactly. So it should be a lot of fun. And Mike, I forgot to mention to you that we are going back there. I spoke with
Well,
someone.
we have to learn how to play.
Yes, but we're also going to have some elected officials there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I spoke with someone about someone, and he's like, "Yeah, we could get that someone over there for a thing." So it should be fun.
That someone on the someone is Tom foreshadowing. That's going to be somebody
Yeah.
important.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get John Catsimatidis there.
I said important,
I just didn't.
not rich.
I just didn't.
I broke the tummy. I broke the tummy.
That was the wrong. There we go.
I broke the tummy.
There we go.
All right.
It's so encouraging.
I'm going to go back to our sponsor list because we are in the middle of talking about all of our wonderful sponsors,
And we
like
only
the UPS store in West Tavistock,
Yes.
or Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy, also in West Tavistock.
Yes.
99 Signs. Tell us about 99 Signs.
Well, Mike, I got to tell you, a business without a sign,
It's a sign of no business.
and for those of you that need a sign, not a sign from above, but a sign right here, a sign
An
like
advertising
a
kind of
digital
sign.
billboard sign.
I heard they even do those big signs in the back of baseball stadiums, like the Little
They
Leagues.
do. Yes, they do. They do the signs at Little League and large stadiums. They do the signs in front of really, like, for instance,
Banners.
banners. They did banners
Which
for Stony
I-
Music Fest 10.
I noticed as one of the events, we didn't get to this, but it's near and dear to my heart. It is farm market season.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
Nyack Farmers Market is happening this weekend, or
Mhm.
May 7th, I thought I saw.
Right, exactly.
Which circles back to that 61 cents of every dollar.
Gets spent
Right.
in a small business.
So
So
most
99
of-
Signs is a small business, but
Right.
they do big work.
So they would also, like, if you see any of those cool banners, they might have gotten it from 99 Signs.
Yes.
But also support your local farmer market, because I hear that we're about to enter a food crisis.
weren't we in a food crisis? We're
Well-
entering another food crisis?
Well, something about not having oil that also has
Gotcha.
fertilizer, and there's not enough fertilizer coming into
Transport.
things, blah, 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 blah. Anyway,
Specifically to farm or for all products?
fertilizers for farming.
Gotcha. Okay.
So my
So the
point
raw
to that,
product.
my point to that is we need to start supporting our local agriculture more and more and more.
Mhm.
And most of the folks who are at those farmer markets are your local citizens doing crafty, cool things.
Yes, absolutely.
Support them.
Yeah.
All of the farmer markets, and I'm gonna try and gather them all up so we can talk about them in the air. But I
Oh.
just noticed that Nyack was having theirs.
That reminds me, just getting off of the sponsors for a moment. So Jennifer wants to talk with you again
Me and
about
Jennifer Lima.
yes.
All right.
So, and she started her 90-day fitness challenge. If you go to, just go up to the website.
To complete the Venn diagram, Jen Lima and I talk about gardening and nutrition a lot, and we are hoping to have a segment that focuses just on those things in the future here at Rockland News.
Exactly. And if you go to bellavitaalchemy.com, that's ALCHEMY, bellavitaalchemy.com, you can get a wellness check-in. And this is a wellness check-in that lasts for literally 3 months. a 90-day wellness journey to help you to get in your best inner spirit condition with healthy food and healthy movement and healthy vibes. And Jennifer is really a master of the healthy vibes. I've known her for like 10, 15 years. Mike, you know her for even longer than that.
Right. We went to high school together.
Yeah. So, and Mike and Jen are going to be doing a show together.
That's what I just mentioned. We want to talk about health and wellness. We want to talk about gardening, and food. We're going to go out to the garden centers and talk with Cornell Cooperative Extension. I do have an interview that is in the can and in the works, so that will be up on the website soon. We want to talk. We've talked with Rockland Green. We want to talk about everything that is ecological, nutritious, about planting, about feeding yourself, and about being outside and enjoying the green works of Rockland County.
Exactly. Yeah. So it should be a really good show. I'll be looking forward to, I think that'll be really so we have Tom Brady as our sports guy.
This is going to be our hippy dippy weather show with the hippy weatherman and the wellness girl.
Yeah, this is going to be a little different. So
this is going to be different.
We got sports, we got wellness, which I didn't expect that we were going to have a wellness show. This is great.
I mean,
we got the government report that happens typically on Tuesdays. The one that we did yesterday was one on Mike
Lawler. I really
Lawler.
appreciate the fact that you are so connected with our elected officials, because it really gives us that pipeline to be that voice.
Right.
So listeners, again, reach out to us, rocklandnews.com/alert.
Alert.
Tell us your feelings. Tell us what you've seen. Ask us the questions, and we will bring it up the chain. We will ask those questions. Just like magic.
Oh my.
Anyway, back to our sponsors.
Yes, most indeed.
We stopped at 99 signs, because a sign, business without a sign is a sign of no business.
Exactly.
What happens after that?
Well, big business.
Well, no, FC Perfection is on the list after that.
Oh, all right. I thought you were asking what happens in the business process.
No.
You get a big sign, you get big business, 99 signs. FC Perfection, you have to drive from your home or other places to work to look at the big sign that you just had installed from 99 signs. But what happens if your car is subpar? Well, quite frankly, you have to take your entire car to FZ Perfection, located in Congers, New York. They can make your car, they can make your Ford Pinto look like a supermodel.
That is impressive.
I know.
Hold on. That was that. Yeah, that. Yeah, there we go.
I got him to use the Ford.
There you go. All right.
So happy about that.
We've already discussed our buddy Tony at Clean Space Maintenance. I would like to also direct our view at craft beverage, the ones that we have not mentioned so far. Red Barn Cidery, which is part of Dr. Davies. As I mentioned, we are all about supporting local business, and what is more local and older than our local farms?
Exactly.
Like Conklin Orchards, Cropsey in our CSA, and Red Barn Cidery, which is part of Dr. Davies Farm.
Yes.
There's also Van Houten Farms, which is a garden center, and they make a delicious cider that you can find not there. We'll get into that on another show, but if you can find Van Houten cider, please try it. It's so good. There's one called Rob Rod's Peanut Butter Cider. It sounds weird. It's the tastiest thing. It is the tastiest thing.
That's awesome, man.
So we make a lot, we as Rockland, the craft beverage industry makes a lot of really, really delicious ales. It is not all IPAs, folks. I have spoke with each and every one of the brewers at some point in the last bunch of years. They are true brewers. They are not, they're just doing marketing kitschy things. They're making great ales, great lagers. Go encourage all of them to do more work by spending your dollar and the 61 cents at those local craft beverage makers.
And Mike is passionate about this, especially since we're bringing on District 96 as well as Noble Experiment Brewing Company located in West Nyack, New York. And we're going to have some podcasts over there, which I'm really excited about.
Right. We might actually do a video podcast over at a couple of these breweries. Hopefully not at the busiest time, but maybe we'll bring some music because we got sponsor band going on.
Yeah.
And we really want to tie all of the entertainment and all of this feel good stuff that we can have in Rockland and bring it to you, packaged up with a bow, and tell you guys where the cool stuff is.
That's right. 100% or nothing.
Yeah, well.
Yep.
Is there
So-
anybody else we want to talk about that we need to
No, I think
address
we're
as
good.
far
I mean-
as sponsorship?
Well, no, not at the moment, because we're still working out a few contracts with several people to get
But-
on as
But if you own a business and
Right.
you would like to be a sponsor, what do they do, Tom?
yeah, rocklandsnews.com/advertise, and you could see all of our statistics on there. We clocked 590,000 page views at rocklandsnews.com based on the 600 stories that we wrote last year about news, traffic, weather, sports. And on top of that, we also got 3.6 million views on social, and growing, by the way.
Quit groaning, as opposed to just us groaning.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. And I'm trying not to do the whole social media influencer vibe, like, look at me, look at me, look at me. It really is literally about reporting the news, traffic, weather, and sports, but
And being the voice of Rockland.
and wellness, okay? But also promoting local business so that you can really shop locally, and you can learn more about that initiative that Rockland News has done at rocklandshopping.com. Also, special thanks to Joe Salve from ISO Rockland for picking up the gamut once again and basically carrying the torch for all of the local events. And they're located at ISO Rockland. He has bested me again in the events category.
Well, good thing we're working together.
We are working together. That's the
And-
thing. I like
and that's
him
my
a lot.
point. Is I want us as Rocklanders to work together.
Mhm.
There's enough here to go around. We don't have to compete with one another so vehemently that we're hurting one another.
Exactly.
Everybody can win.
Yes. And the way that Joe has put together his empire over the last several years, I have noted what he's done. I'm impressed. And I also consider him a friend. I think you do
I
as
do as
well,
well.
right? Yeah,
He's
good-
a friend of the show.
He's really a good dude. Yeah, he's always welcome to call in. And we have call-ins now with the board
Well, coming soon, not today.
coming soon. Yeah, we're going to start rolling it out slowly just to make sure that we're doing
I mean,
right.
hold on.
Exactly.
This is my favorite button now.
Yes. Yes.
Making the magic happen.
And then if I tell a joke, it's this one.
Well, sometimes it's this one.
That's so mean. That is so mean. What are you doing?
Waiting for a call in.
Waiting for something funny to come out of my mouth. Should we call it a day?
It's a day. Good night, Gracie.
Good night, George.
Anyway, so those are our sponsors. If
That's
you
it.
would like to become a sponsor, if you are a musician and you want to play out, if you want to contribute in any way, shape, or form, please reach out and contact us. Let us know what you like about the show or what you hate about the show.
Exactly. So should we call it a day?
It's a day.
You're listening to Rockland News, available on Apple, Spotify, and online at rocklandnews.com. Thanks for joining us today. Here are your hosts, Tom Osa and Mike Kluger.
One more time, we want to thank the New York Boulders baseball team, Work Smart New York Business Boot Camp, Yabu Fence Company, Dana Pest Control, and Easy Temp. Mike, take it.
Fiesta Acapulco, Kobe Sushi, Breakpoint Bowling, Whole Shot Bagels, the UPS store in West Tavistock, IV Rehab Physical Therapy in West Tavistock, Susan Bova, Cold World Anchor Realty, 99 Signs,
For all your digital billboard and portable sign needs.
FZ Perfection Auto Body, Clean Space Maintenance, Stony Point Pancake Factory, The Flowery, Laura Molino Muller, North Rockland Cairo, Sparkling Clean Homes, Band Shadow Restaurant, Rockland Music Fest.
And we'll be back next time with more stuff. Stay tuned, and thanks for joining us today. Take care for now.
Happy planting.